Good morning, my name is Patricia Darling and I am here with Martha. What's your last name, Martha?
Brett.
Martha Grant.
Oh, who's this lovely golden fella?
This is my Ulysses, who this morning actually laid a 5-ounce egg.
Oh my God, this is Robert E. Lee, and I call him Reed.
Now is she blind?
Yeah, this is blind.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry to interrupt your broadcast, but we are here live in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania on November 19th, 1863. We are on the battlegrounds from the Battle of Gettysburg, where President Abraham Lincoln will now be delivering his speech dedicated to the soldiers who fought in the battle. And here he comes now.
Fourscore-and-7 years ago, our fathers brought forth on this continent a new nation, conceived in liberty and dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal. Now we are engaged in a great civil war, testing whether that nation, or any nation so conceived and so dedicated, can long endure. We are met on a great battlefield of that war. We have come to dedicate a portion of that field as a final resting place for those who gave their lives that the nation might live. It is altogether fitting and proper that we should do this. But in a larger sense, we cannot dedicate, we cannot consecrate, we cannot hallow this ground. The brave men, living and dead, who struggled here have consecrated it far above our poor power to add or detract. The world will little note nor long remember what we say here, but it can never forget what they did here. It is for us, the living, rather to be dedicated here to the unfinished work which they who fought here have thus far so nobly advanced. It is rather for us to be here dedicated to the great task remaining before us, that from these honored dead we take increased devotion to the cause for which they gave the last full measure of devotion, that we here highly resolve that these dead shall not have died in vain, that this nation, under God, shall have a new birth of freedom, and that the government of the people, by the people, and for the people, shall not perish from the earth.
Good afternoon, Ulysses Grant. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Good afternoon.
So, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I am General Ulysses S. Grant, and I am head of all Union troops. We had just finished a very important and very intense win over the Confederate forces.
Congratulations on your win.
Thank you.
So tell us a little bit about the battle. How did it start?
Well, it started on July 1st. And it ended on July 3rd, and on the first day, the Confederate forces attacked us.
Yes.
My east wing, and it was very intense. They
were able to push you back, right?
Yeah, they had it over us. They way over us, so they pushed us down. We didn't think we were ever going to come up.
From my knowledge, it was the Confederate forces and the Union forces were all gathering into Gettysburg, and they were able to push you back to Cemetery Hill.
My troops were settled, and the Confederate forces came in to look for supplies. Yeah, and then on the second day was rough too because it was pretty even, except
how many casualties? 20?
35,000.
35,000.
We believe we haven't accounted for all of our soldiers. I'm not sure about the Confederate, but
you lost a lot of men.
Yes, it's unknown because, like I said, we haven't accounted for all of our men. Yet we are hoping that we haven't lost too many. Yet it was a huge battle. And
tell us about the third day. What happened on the
third day? That we were convinced the morning of. We were convinced that it was going to be a horrible loss for us. But then
you were outnumbered, right? Is that correct?
Yes.
You were outnumbered by the Confederate army.
Yes, but through the battle we then realized that we started having a win, and we began to come out on top, which was a very intense win for us. We really appreciate. I appreciate my soldiers. And yeah.
Well, thank you for this interview. It was a pleasure to talk to you, beautiful horse.
USA.